Welcome. We are back at the Queen's Table podcast. I'm your host, Marissa J. And my phone is done, y'all. My phone. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm basic. Okay. Um, in order to have fun, relax, unwind, I'll take a bath with some lavender bath salts and some shea butter, foaming milk bath, and I get my bath on. I like baths. Like some candles. I like baths. And I also like to watch Netflix while I'm taking a bath. And yeah, that happened. That happened. Okay, so first of all, my screen is super cracked. But it's just in the corner. It's in the very top corner of my phone. Well, every time I drop it, it gets a little bit worse. But I don't like change. I'm one of those people. I don't like change, um, unless I have a heads up about the change. Well, I've been putting off getting a new phone because I like my phone. It's a Google Pixel. It has the Google Dream, the little 3D app, and it has a lot of really cool features. I like my phone. And I'm one of those type of people. I'm a loyal phone person. I bought Windows phones there for about 3 years straight. Would not buy anything else other than a Windows phone. Um, and then after that, I got stuck on that LG Stylo. So first I had the LG Stylo 2. I cracked it within the first day. Yeah, within the first 24 hours that I had gotten it. I bent over and it dropped out of my shirt pocket and it cracked. Completely shattered. That thing is so thin. So I went and bought another one and I used it until they came out with the LG Stylo 3. So when the 3 came out, I was like, I don't know. And I noticed that it was slightly bigger and it had a bunch of different stuff on it. Anyhow, I went and got the Stylo 3. I had a Stylo 3. I bought, because, stuff happens with phones. They get cracked or they get, something happens with it, gets a little bit outdated or whatever. You gotta go, it gets slow. You gotta go and get another one. Well, I bought 5 LG Stylo 3s. The last time that I bought one, they told me it was the very last store. Um, They didn't have any in the town that I was in or any of the surrounding towns. And that was the last store to carry LG Solo 3s. And yeah, so I'm a very loyal phone person. And after my Stylo, I got the Google Pixel. And I love the Pixel. It's amazing. And I get compliments on it all the time. Oh, girl, is that an iPhone? No, honey, it's a Pixel. Oh, girl. Yes, I'm really, really happy about my phone. I like my phone. But now I'm really sad about my phone because it's trash. And I do everything on my phone. I don't do anything on my computer other than record. Half the time I'm uploading from my phone. So uploading these episodes. I'll record on the computer, but I'll send the files to my phone so I can do it all on my phone. I don't know how to do anything on this computer at all. I don't know where the emojis are. I don't know. I just found out. I know that Facebook and Instagram are linked on your phone, but I didn't know they were linked on the computer either. So I'm posting stuff and I'm like, wait a minute. Hold up, stop, wait. Says, I don't know what I'm going to do. I have to wait until payday. I've got to wait until my next payday because every bit of money that I have saved up, when it's not a whole lot, there's plans for that money. And if anything were to happen, I have to have that money. I have to have it there. So I have to wait until next payday. And then to top everything all off, they don't make Google first generation Google Pixels anymore. That's what I have at first generation. They just came out with the Pixel 3 not too long ago. Pixel 4 is, going to be coming out within the next 6 to 8 months. So I am stuck out of a phone, and I don't know how to post things on Instagram. So I don't know how I'm gonna post any of this. Oh God. It's worth mentioning that I am a millennial. I'm like a dinosaur millennial. Like I'm one of the first ones. So I am older, but I'm still a millennial and I really need my phone. And I know that I've just gone on for almost 6 minutes talking about my phone. But that ought to tell you just how important my phone is. What am I going to do without my phone? Can I link my phone to my computer? Is that a thing? Can I do that? I'm going to Google it. Okay, so we're about to get into the third installment of our discussions with Mark. It's going to be a really good one. It cuts off where it cuts off. It cuts off at a very awkward point, and I apologize for that. I need my phone. That's why. That's going to be my excuse for literally everything until I get a new phone. Oh yeah, I couldn't come to work because I don't have a phone. Oh no, I couldn't clean up because I don't have a phone. I'm playing, y'all. Okay, so right before we get into this, let me go ahead and remind you guys I'll be at the Nashville Hot Chicken and Art Show 3.0 held on March the 2nd of this year, which is on a Saturday from 6 p.m. until 11 p.m., hosted by Atlanta's Craft Trap and sponsored by 101.1. There's going to be artists and vendors and food and live bands, local DJ sets, everything. So come on out, hang out with me, hang out with all the people that are going to be there. Come have fun. It's going to be great. It's going to be wonderful. If you are interested in becoming a vendor at this Craft Trap, go to email Craft Trap. No, go to. Don't email. Don't listen to me. I don't have my phone. If you're interested in becoming a vendor, go to www.crafttrap.com. That's CRAFTTRAP.com. Grown folks only 18 and older to get in, 21 and over to buy alcohol. Tickets are available on eventbrite.com. That's EVENTBRITE.com. $5 online, $10 at the door. Y'all be there or be square. Nobody says that. Nobody says that. Listen, I don't have my phone, guys. I'm off today. Oh, this is gonna. Oh, child. Y'all keep me in your thoughts and prayers, cause I for real need it. And I don't have a phone right now. All right, you guys enjoy the show.
Right. So that's why they leave it at the word belief. If people believe what they want to believe, right? And this is what I say, right? I be telling kids, I be like, you remember, say like 20 years ago, no, let's say 30, 40, let's say a long time ago, they used to smoke cigarettes. You smoke cigarettes?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yes. I'm still trying to quit.
All right. All right, now, this thing 40 years ago, right? We talking about adult, grown people, adult, right? When you look at an adult, you're like, all right, they know some things. They have common sense beliefs, right? Now, say 40, 50 years ago, they used to smoke inside hospitals. Yeah. Right? So it's like, all right, it's like, okay, now, these people used to smoke inside hospitals, right? And they used to do other things, which we look at now like, what is wrong with them? Right. Now, you fast forward to today, what do you think they're going to look like, what was they thinking?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right? So it's like every generation has that. Like, just say smoking in McDonald's. I remember cigarette ashtrays used to be in a fast food restaurant. Right? I remember like smoking in. I don't remember smoking in hospitals, but they got ads where they got pictures where they smoke in hospitals.
Doctors recommending cool cigarettes. Yeah.
On airplanes.
Yeah.
They sell cigarettes in the like CVS pharmacy, which some pharmacy has a lot to do with health.
They didn't know.
Stop selling those now.
Yeah.
See, but the thing is, right? That's the thing. If you go back further than that, you're like, whoa, they did what? Right? And you go back further, you're like, yo, this thing. If you go in the future from us, and you're going, people in the future gonna be like, what was we thinking?
Right.
You know?
Right.
And it's every race goes through that. That's why I say we wanna stay neutral and try not to hurt nobody. Right. Because that's kind of like, that's the safest route to go. Right? So when you start getting into believing stuff you can't prove, it makes it's kind of, it has your mind places where it should be focused on the physical. Like everybody was religious back in the day, but they didn't focus on the physical. Like they could have been like, oh, the physical body says we shouldn't smoke. Right?
Right.
The physical body says we should have seatbelts in the cars. Right? They didn't have no seatbelts back in the day. The kids didn't have to, you know?
Yeah.
Just certain things. You know, it's like, it's nothing wrong. People say it's nothing wrong with believing. Certain reason it helps you in your life. But we can take the belief of a religion, we can take that out the agenda. We can fill a void with something else. We just gotta find something else to fill it with.
Right.
It's like, say churches. You know how black people always say churches is helpful in our community, right? But you know, black people at the same time say black business is not thriving, or we don't support black business, right? There's always a complaint, and I always say, won't we change these churches into schools? All the churches can be, because there's so many churches in the black community that stay open. They never shut down. Really? They pass the collection plate around or whatever. It be churches and shopping centers, churches and old church houses. It be the brand new churches getting built, right? Everywhere, right? In every community. It's churches everywhere, right? And black people like, oh, the schools is ran down, right? Not enough funding, but they never complain about the church, right? Right. So I always tell people, if that preacher can get up there and preach, why can't he get up there and teach? Right. Because they don't. And when I say teach, let's just say the thing, they make kids, they make everybody dress up. Won't they make, just say a little black boy and a little black girl? Won't they make a little black girl and a little black boy wear a suit? Same way at church, go to school. But instead of wearing that suit to go to church, wear that shirt to learn some business. Right. Business classes at a young age, it can be simple, like 1 + 1 is 2. 1 orange, you sell this orange, sell this bag of oranges, you get this amount, boom, boom, boom. Put that in the head. You cut this many grasses this week, you'll have this much. You save up and you'll get this. From the basics, right? Right. So you take that, instead of preaching about a spiritual life, some Jesus or God or Muslim, they can wear the same suit and get taught in a class in your neighborhood in a building that's non-profit, right? So the community can get put into that building and they can take out that building what they want instead of complaining about the school system.
Right. Now
right?
see,
And most churches, but most churches, it's nothing but family in there.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So,
Mm-hmm.
so when people start believing that stuff, it's cool, but people forget to stop doing certain things, but pick up better things.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah. But
right?
see,
So,
here's
go ahead.
Here's the thing. I have a huge problem with black churches. A very big problem with black churches because with a lot of black churches, and I can't even just say just in my own community, in the communities and the places that I've lived in, but I've noticed this anywhere that I go. They pass the collection plate. You tithe, and then you give. There's like always like a building fund, or something there's a second collection plate to help out with either the progression of the church or the help of the community. But see, here's the thing. There is no help, no real help. They'll tell you if you're a member of the church, they'll help you out. They'll hook you up with some food boxes from the pantry or from the clothes closet. I mean, these aren't major things, They're not major things, but it's not available. It's not readily accessible to everybody. If you're not a member of the church, even if you are a Christian, if you're not a member of their church, they're not helping you out. And that's the issue that I have with black churches. If you're really and truly a Christian, then you have to believe in the teachings of Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ didn't say, if you follow me, I'll give you some bread and fish. He didn't say that. He fed the masses. He helped people. There are so many churches. The church that my mother attends, and I'm not going to say it out loud, but the church that my mother attends is so ridiculously wealthy, and they will not open up their doors for the homeless. In the community that I used to live in, it's just a town or two over, but there's a group of churches, local churches, that will open their doors at night during certain times of the week or certain days of the week or however often a month for this homeless shelter. And how this shelter works is you come in. They have a washer and dryer. They have a fully stocked kitchen. There's computers with internet. So you can look for jobs or whatever. There's a playroom for kids. There's all these different. There's a ton of different things. So these people can come in. It's not just people. It's women. These women are able to come in, do their laundry, whatever. If you need a place to stay for the night, you have to sign up, and they can only take X amount of people. I forget how much it is, but they can only take X amount of people. So you have to sign in early. So you sign in at 4 o'clock, the center closes down for the public. So anybody can come in and get stuff done or whatever. You don't even have to be homeless. You can come in, get stuff done, and dip out. But at 4 o'clock, that building shuts down. And whoever has signed in has to be in the building by that time. Now, at 5 o'clock, that's whenever the host church for the night will come around with a bus or a couple of vans or whatever and pick these women up and take them to their church. And at that church, they'll have either cots or blow up mattresses or whatever. They have dinner. They have, if there's children, then there's games and stuff for the children. A lot of these people offer a Bible study, and some of these churches, it's completely optional. They're not forcing you to do it. And you go to bed, you wake up, they feed you breakfast, and then they send you back to the shelter. Now, or to the day center. Now, this group of churches, and I used to work with the director of this particular shelter. And I mean, these are great people with some really great ideas, but the main issue that I have with black churches is that there was one out of, what was it, 16 churches that were doing this. there was only one church that was a predominantly Black church, and they ended up pulling out after the second time that they've hosted. They were one of the more wealthier of the churches. The rest of these churches, there was one church, and I went out there to visit. My second child, his teacher, his first grade teacher, went to that church. And this church, I'm not talking down about the church, but they definitely needed to upgrade. They definitely did not have the money or the funds to continuously do that, host every single night, because air mattresses are expensive, food is expensive, traveling to and from, because this church was like about 20, 30 miles away from the day center. So, and having people to come out and make sure that these women are safe and stuff to stay the night there, this stuff can get expensive, but they pulled their money together. This white church pulled their money together to make sure that these women and children were safe at their church at night. Whereas this Black church, when most of these women were Black to begin with, okay, like let's be clear, most of these women were Black. These Black churches over here are like, no, we're good, we're good. If they become members of our church, then we might can help them out. We might can help them. Huh?
Hey, look, I understand what you're saying, right? Mm. So just say if you got some churches do what they say or practice what they preach. Some churches don't, right? Mm. And it's messed up that certain Black churches understand in the history treat people a certain way, right? Mm-hmm. But the thing is, when it comes to the churches, it's non-profit organizations, right? Mm-hmm. And you know what laws they under?
God's laws.
Exactly, right? Mm-hmm. So who polices God's laws?
Right.
God, right?
Right.
God, right? So if God is not doing it, let's do it like this. If a God, in quotation marks, mm-hmm. is not policing the churches, it's left up to human beings, right? Right. So human beings being in charge of other humans, mm-hmm. is tough. Yeah. It's tough to be straight and narrow. It's tough. Yeah. It's tough. Some people, just because they're a leader, don't mean they're good leaders. Right. You get me? Right. I do. Yeah, so everybody is not built. Some people is on stage for money. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just think. If you walk into a church, I'm thinking everybody is on that BS. No matter, I don't care if my mother was in there. Mm. Right? Mm-hmm. I don't look. My mother created me. My mother and my father, right? Mm-hmm. I don't worship them. Mm-hmm. Right. But I understand they gave me life. Right. Right. So my mother is let's just say my mother and my father is my soulmates. Right. And mm-hmm. I'm saying like a soulmate, like a love. Everybody look at the word soulmate like it's a love thing. Yeah. Right? No. But a soulmate, let's use a definition. A soulmate, you have a connection. Like I will never love anybody like a parent and child. Mm-hmm. I will never love nobody like my daughters love me. Right. Right. Or I love my daughters. Right. Or like my mother loved me, or I love my mother. Right. I will never have love for a friend. You can have love for a friend, a strong love. Right. 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 But it's a different connection. Right. 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 It's a total different. That's why I call soulmate. Now, when we talk about before life and after life, mm-hmm. just say a piece of my mother's soul is created from me, for me. I mean, it's like I'm born from my mother, right? Right. So I have a piece. I owe her all my. I owe her all my energy. Right. All my life. Right. No matter what, I owe her all my energy. Right. Right. So that's the only person I look at in a certain way. Even if she's in church, I still will look at her like something ain't right. 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 And like I said, if I woke up in that church, I'm always saying, I don't believe these people. No matter who in there. Right? No matter who is in there, I'll be like, I don't believe these people. I can't believe it. Now, why is that? Because they believe in God, Jesus, and they believe, if they open a book, they believe in the Bible contradictions. This the whole story is odd to me, right? Yeah. So I always look at them as it's some BS going on in the church. if I don't believe it, it's BS to me. Yeah. Right? So I always be like, I can't expect them to back me up 100% if they on some BS. If I think they on some BS. Well, see, and it's not just everybody that's on some BS though. It's kind of like children who believed in Santa Claus and nobody ever told them the truth, and they just grew up to continue. Do what now? We do the whole world. Look, yeah. If you wake up in the morning, just say, if I give somebody a kidney, if I give a Christian a kidney, they will thank God instead of me. Right. Right. So it's like giving them a kidney is not enough of showing that it's us that's helping each other. Yes. People will believe it's God. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So for somebody to walk in there and expect something to be cool, or if you can't walk in a church and expect things to go the way you want it to go. Right? Right. You just say people walk in a church and don't expect it to go by the Bible either, because there's some BS around it. Yeah. Right? When you start thinking of the Bible, right, it throws everything off. Nothing is in a line. Right. Right? It's not like you get money, you spend money, you get the item, use that item to make money, you spend more money. It's not a cycle like that. It's like you give to church and they give you what you can read in the book. They give you, it's not a cycle. Yeah. It's not a good cycle. No, it's not. Give and take or give. It's not a great cycle. So people walk in there expecting you to give. They want you to come in expecting you to give. Right? There's nothing in return. Right? All we're telling you is everything you're in. Most of them is motivational speeches on these speakers. Yeah. Right? Right. And everybody needs motivation, which is cool. But they put the word God behind it. It's false, and it's falsifying it. It's false. It's not true. If I say go out there and try hard, it's the same. It ain't the same as God said to go out there and try hard. Because your expectations of just say if I say, if you go out there and try hard, you're not gonna die tonight. People will try hard. I'm like, yo, I'm definitely not gonna die tonight. Right. So if I go out there and try hard, right? Right. It's the real thing. Either they gonna try hard because they want to try hard, or they gonna try hard, or they not gonna try hard because they don't really wanna. They ain't really into it. Like, I ain't worried about it. You know. Yeah. So it's like people make their own choices. Like, I want to try hard. Your parents try to get you to do stuff. You don't really want to do it. Yeah. But they telling you to do it because they know what life is about. They want you to get into something. Right. Right. And when people go to college and they don't really want to do that no more. All right, y'all. So that was the show. That was the end of part 3. I told you it was going to end at a really awkward spot. I apologize for that. We'll do better. We're going to get it together. We're going to do better. Okay? Be sure you follow Mr. Marc Reeves
on Instagram at P_VIZION. That's P_vision on Instagram. Make sure you follow me on Instagram as well at TQT Podcast. If you have any questions or concerns or show topics, or if you want to be a guest on the show, that's perfectly fine. Email me at tqtpodcast@gmail.com. Make sure that you subscribe, hit any notification bell, toggle, whatever you're listening on, make sure you subscribe so you get updated whenever I release a new episode. And is that it? Oh, share this podcast. Duh, yes. I shouldn't have to say it because it's wonderful. It's a wonderful podcast, and this is a wonderful episode. So make sure you share that episode, this episode, and all episodes because they're all good. If you have any feedback, though, please send them my way. The email address tqtpodcast@gmail.com. So sorry I'm off my game, y'all. It's February 13th. Feels like a Friday the 13th. It feels so crazy, but we're going to get it together, guys. We're going to get it together, okay? Well, that's a wrap. We all came from Africa, so stay black.